Right, so how much does it really suck to have your motorbike nicked? Well, hello, I'm Big Pezza. Welcome to this video. This is an odd video series that I do every now and then where I just talk about my experience in biker life. And if you don't know, look, I've been riding motorbikes for 13 plus years, and I've had motorbikes stolen from me in the past. Not once, not twice, but 3 times I've had motorbikes stolen from me, and I just thought I'd share my experiences and show you what a massive pain in the butt that it is when you get a motorbike stolen and how it really sucks. I don't think people realise the knock-on effect you get when you have your bike stolen, but it's really bad, and that's what I'm going to try and cover in this video. So, my very first bike that I bought was I needed a mode of transportation. A car was too expensive, so I got a CBT and got myself a Honda CG125. It was great, I could get to work in 20 minutes, but then it got nicked. So of course, waking up in a massive panic, the bike was gone. I reported it to the police. I called my boss, who was very kind at the time. He actually told me to take the rest of the day off to get everything all sorted. Probably also he didn't want me at work if I was going to be a distracted, distressed mess. To the insurance company, the person on the other end of the phone didn't seem to really care, just took my details, explained to me what's going to happen. I could tell the person on the other end wasn't really a biker and just thought that all motorbikes were just for a bit of fun and they could not be a main mode of transportation. So I did ask, do I get a courtesy bike? Because I'm sure somewhere in my paperwork and my insurance documents it said that I get a courtesy bike in case of a claim. Of course, that's a hard no. You don't get a hire bike, you do not get a courtesy bike when your bike has been stolen, even though I was third-party fire and theft. And it was explained to me over the phone, because you are at fault. Yeah, that's right. So I've just had my bike stolen and it's my fault that my bike was stolen. That's what I was told over the phone, and trust me, that's something you really don't want to hear hours after you find out that your bike's been stolen. Because you are at fault, it will be coming out of your insurance. We do not have another company to bill, therefore, in case of fire and theft, you do not get a courtesy or hire bike. But as of 2 weeks from today, the day that you reported the theft or the theft happened, you will be getting a payout of what the bike is worth. So for the next 1 week and 6 days, I was taking the bus or walking or cycling to work. And when you have to start really early in the morning, the buses don't run that time, or you have to get a really ridiculous bus at like 5:15 in the morning so you can get to work at 6 a.m. It's not fun. And of course I didn't have any money because I'm still waiting for the insurance company to pay out so I can go and possibly get another bike or put some money towards to get another bike. But what happened 1 week and 6 days after my bike was stolen? Yeah, that's right, they found my motorbike. It was now in a recovery centre where it had been for the past 3 days and was building up a nice little storage fee. So I phoned them to come and collect it. I asked what sort of state it was in. They told me over the phone, oh, it looks like it could still run, just a few scratches. So I made my way down there, went there with all my bike gear, went thinking that I could ride it away. Looked at it, nowhere near, wouldn't start or anything. I had to pay out my own pocket as well to pay the release fee for it because it had acquired a small recovery and storage over the past 3 days. Of course, yes, I'd claim that back off the insurance company later. So the bike I bought new, it was in a solid piece, but it was completely wrecked. When I bought that bike, it was brand new. I mean, I would polish that exhaust up every week with chrome. I looked after that bike. I cleaned it every few days. And now it had dents everywhere. Every single panel and plastic fairing was just scratched to hell. So I spent the next hour or so pushing my bike from one end of the industrial estate to the other, where the motorbike shop was. The motorbike shop said, okay, we'll have a look at it, we'll do a quote, and we'll contact you in the week and contact the insurance company and let them know. After seeing the bike in that condition, I really didn't want it back. It was just completely wrecked. So another week of me just using the bus and cycling and walking to work. At the end of the week, the insurance assessor had been to see the bike and they decided to write the bike off. They offered me $1,400 for the bike. Well, that sucks. Now I needed as much money as possible so I could get myself another mode of transport. Getting the bus was exhausting, and now I'd have to, just horrible. And an extra pain going to work on Sundays. So I had paid that insurance company £700 for the year, and I had to pay a further £200 access for them to give me, which I finally got, £1,550. But it took months for me to get that money. Luckily, at this time, my parents had lended me some money to get a second-hand motorbike. And here's another stinger. So I had bought this second-hand motorbike. I was only a learner legal rider at the time, and no years, no claims. I was still new at riding, and now I had a theft claim. My insurance for the older, cheaper 125cc was now £1,000 for the year, with an excess of £500. That was the total cost of my new 125. I was only third party as well. Third party fire and theft would have been too expensive. And this is one of the reasons I didn't take my full motorbike test for a few years after, because I could not have gotten a bigger bike because I could not afford the insurance on it. Oh, and what happened to the kid who nicked my bike? He was caught on the bike, but because he was 14 years old and, he got 3 months probation where he had to be home between 10 PM and 7 AM. What did I get? Well, I was massively out of pocket, and for the next year, I did not sleep right. I would have to keep going, checking on my bike once or twice or 3 times every night. So after all that, a few years later, my Honda CRF 250 got stolen. Now, I was using that as my daily driver, as my commuter, where I had to travel 20-ish miles to get to and 20 miles back from work every day, so I needed a bike. Public transport would have been like 2 hours plus. So luckily, or whatever you want to say, I had a C90 as backup, so I was using my C90 to go all them miles every day. So of course, did the whole thing again, contacted the insurance company. They said 2 weeks after, So this time, my bike, it was nicked, the headlight was ripped off, the dash, everything was hot wired. Not only did he do all that damage and steal the bike and give me all that stress, he went through a speed camera at 48 miles per hour in a 30. So I had to sort all that out with the police saying, yeah, my bike was stolen. No, it was not me who did the speeding ticket. But we did have a nice picture of him. A really nice clear picture of the back of his hood. I just wish someone had pulled out on him and took him out or something. The person who stole it was never caught. So all this stuff was done to the bike. It was in a bad state, but I looked at it, and the cheapest way to do things was not to use the insurance company. It would affect my few years of no claims I had built up, and try to insure a CBR 600RR with 0 no claims. That's too expensive to do. So I repaired my bike myself with some help, but the bike was back up and running. The total cost of £580. And my access was £500 at the time, and I would have lost my no claims, which would have cost me more money in the long run because my insurance would have gone drastically up, of course. So now, a few years later after that, of course, my Honda CRF 250L was burned. Now, that was my off-road bike, and the only reason I had taken it to work is because my main daily driver had broken down and was awaiting repairs. So leaving work one day after a 12-hour shift, just wanted to go home, have a shower, relax, but you go to the car park, go to get on your bike, and it's gone. Not only is the bike gone, but the top box, which had my helmet, gloves in there, it was a shoey helmet as well, with a Slr rider attached and a nice pair of motorbike gloves. So I finished work around 8 PM. I didn't get home until around 10:30, 11 PM. Police called me back. They said, oh, the bike's been found. It was set on fire. They obviously stolen it, tried to hotwire it, couldn't get it going, said screw you, and just burned it. That bike cost me £2,900. I had put all the upgrades on it, costing another £300, and I had also spent recently, a few months ago, about £900 getting the bike completely fixed after I crashed it into a tree. So somewhere I still have the insurance letter, I'll put it on screen now, but you can see I got the total payout of around £2,200 for my Honda. You know, all that nonsense. nonsense. But of course, you wouldn't be able to buy another Honda CRF 250L for that price. It's impossible. And now that bike is just gone. So having my bike parked at work and getting that nicked, that was really stressful. I really couldn't handle it. I didn't last much longer in that job. I just had to leave. It's a shame really. I did like that job. I enjoyed working with all the people. I just couldn't stay there. And I know it must have made some people very mad. I went on holiday for 2 weeks, and when I was on holiday I told them, well, I'm not coming back. And yeah, I don't know, I just couldn't go back there. I was sleeping so much better when I wasn't there, when I was away. So I was massively out of pocket after all that. You know, the bike was nicked, I lost my helmet, gloves and all that stuff, and I only got like a couple of grand payout for it. Not enough to buy another bike. And here's the last stinger, of course, when I went to renew insurance. Now, the year before I had paid £500-ish, or just under, for 5 motorbikes, insuring them all. And this year I would only be insuring 4 motorbikes, and it actually cost £580. Now now here's the thing, I had protected no claims, so why did it still go up? Well, this is how protected claims sort of works. So the claim still appears on the records, but it's protected, so you still keep your years up to a point. So I think it's after 2 or 3 claims you will lose that protected no claims. But it still puts the insurance up, but not by the full amount. So it's still a 30% tax instead of 100, essentially. Protected no claims lessens the blow. You still get that price increase. You will always still up paying more for the next year after a theft. Now, just as a side note, like I said, I've had 3 bikes nicked over the years, and I'm not bashing the police, I'm not bashing victim support or anything like that, but I've never been contacted by victim support for theft. Now, I don't know what they prioritise, but I've been assaulted, and I've, had a lot of other things happen to me. That the police have actually come around to my house. Like they've sent me a load of support letters, victim support letters, all of that. They've contacted me on the phone over it. I'm not bashing it in any way, shape or form, but back when my first bike got nicked, I didn't know about victim support at all. And it's clear to me now that I would have benefited from having victim support reach out or something like that to help me with that, because I was a victim of theft. And it, really stressed me out. I wasn't sleeping and stuff like that. And the police didn't mention it at all to me, saying, would you like to seek out, or, didn't suggest anything like that. No, like I said, I'm not bashing. I'm just saying that the theft of my motorbikes affected me a lot more than getting assaulted. Getting assaulted did stress me out and stuff, but I can laugh about that. I can't laugh about my motorbikes getting nicked. Anyway, I think that's it for this video. It really sucks if you've had a bike stolen. I've had several attempted thefts as well over the time, which I haven't really gone into. But it sucks. I feel your pain if you've had it nicked. I wouldn't want this to happen to anyone. And victim support is out there if you need it. It's been quite hard to edit this video because it brings me back to the time of when all this happened, and is upsetting for me to think about it again. Anyway, it's been quite hard to do this video. Please drop it a like and whatever. Thanks for watching. That's it.